bitches? What's up? Wake up. It's the morning time.
Down to the beating!
What's up, bitches? What's up? Wake up. It's the morning time.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? How are we doing today? It is Wednesday, June 3rd. June 3rd. We're in June 3rd, people. Um, yes. Thank you, Caitlin. That was like literally one of my first questions. Appreciate it. I can't hear it. I heard the music, can't hear it. Camera looks amazing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But good morning, Caitlin. Good morning, Dylan. Hanging around, getting ready to meet. Nice, nice. Appreciate that. Morning, Oz. How are you doing today? And what's up, good buddy? Special guest, MP, back hobbling at work, doing way more than he should because he doesn't listen to doctors like most people. Whatever, dude. When you repull it, it's your fault, right? Want to do a little bit of housekeeping real quick and give a special thank you. Super big shout out. I'm sure this is what Oz was talking about, but I didn't expect this whatsoever. But I had a package the other day. And look at this thing. Look at this. Dude, does anyone know who this is from? Like when the other side has real names and information and stuff like that. Actually, not really. And I was like, what is this? I had expecting no package. And I turned it over and I'm like, it just it made me laugh out loud. I unfortunately tore through it, but this was epic. So thank you very much, Mr. Dillon. And the stuff in it is just like hilariously cool. Like, I don't know, this hodgepodge of stuff that you put in here. We got a little drawing on here. Look at this guy. This guy's great. His son wanted to give me a sticker of our family dog that passed. Like, dude, this is cool. This is so cool. I'm gonna put this on my desk or give it to my wife. Number one best ass award. This was the best. This was what put me over. I went to a couple of those, whatever they're friggin' called, those Ever bowl stands, and I could never find one of these. So this is super cool. I really appreciate that. And then yeah, the greatest part was like every time I pulled something out of the package, I got like another of this stuff. I never seen this. Um, I don't get a lot of packages from To the Moon, so whoever at what point, whenever they started doing this for their packages, run that back. And bag, Jay, run that shit back if that's what their packaging had on it. Like that's amazing. I could see you like you got a package and you cut it up, but dude, it's it was so great. Um, so thank you. That was a good laugh. I did make a video of it. I will post it probably, but really appreciate you, man. You didn't have to. Went above and beyond. Thank you very much. Yeah, I should have definitely taken the rest of the week off, but oh well. You freaking ding dong. You freaking ding dong. And Pete, now you know for next time that hopefully never. I mean, that's what happens when you're a business owner, like even with doctor's orders, even with vacations, even with all that stuff, like you should take more time off. But a lot of times it all rests on your, shoulders, or at least you feel that way. So, but That's fun, dude. Tom Face is so great. Dylan's a legend. Much love. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm assuming Oz got a nice little care package too, so that's really cool. Also, seems like they got you stuff so you can do the scissors thing, man. I still, you know, what's funny? So, if you know, you know, but like I have a box of scissors in my garage, and I finally told my wife about it, and she was like, "That's dumb. You're so silly." I'm like, "All right." She killed the smoke out of my sales. She does that very often. 2 years ago, short run. Oh, it's a bummer. Yeah, we definitely need to run that back. Yeah, too many customer calls to my personal cell that had to come in. Yeah, makes sense. Get it done, buddy. Who's over there on Facebook? Robbie Masson. Good morning, sir. Thank you for liking us over on Facebook. Appreciate you very much, sir. All right, guys, let's get into it. The biggest thing that's going on in my life right now that I got to tell you guys about is somehow, some way, the last couple of days, a couple days ago, I mean, I, through discourse with my son Bentley, who's 7 years old, we somehow entered into a challenge. Good morning. To see who will get abs by our Hawaii trip. We're going to Hawaii in October. Yeah, we're gonna be in Hawaii for Halloween. It's gonna be super interesting. But somehow I challenged him, he challenged me, whatever the conversation was, it happened. The groundwork has been laid. And um dude is going hard. Like, I mean, it's summer, right? So he has time off. But I got a call yesterday, or I was calling my wife to check in on her, and it was like noon. So he was at his swim lesson, and she was like, "Oh my God." She's like, "Your son was in the gym earlier asking me to, write up a list of exercises, and then he just starts running up and down the block, and then we're here at a swim lesson, so he's in the water swimming, and then after the swim lesson they went to visit her parents, their grandparents, up in Wrightwood, and they have like a country club that they just joined, and they have like a lake, and they have those like on water trampolines and like slides and stuff like that. And so in order to do that, the kids had to do a swim test. And so they Bentley went into the swim test, and she's like, "It was crazy. I couldn't believe he did it. He, had to dive in like, 13 foot deep, tread water for a couple minutes, and then swim, a very far distance and back." And he did it and was like, "Can I do it again?" Because he had fun doing it, the challenge. And then later, his older sister, Brooklyn, had to do it, and there was no one with her, so he jumped in and did it with her. Then they played on the trampoline, whatever, did all their thing, come back, and I'm home in the gym because I had gotten home and did my whole thing, and he, like, comes in and starts wanting to work out with me, and I'm like I was doing, like, a timed thing, so I my day was a little, like, whatever, so I kinda, like, shot him down a little bit. I feel bad for that. Um, so he went inside, I finished my workout, and then mom took him back in the gym to do a workout, and then I came out with him later after I'd finished dinner, and we played basketball until, like, I was ready for bed, and so, yeah, he's totally gonna kick my ass. Good good morning, Dan. Um, so that's my story. I challenged my son, and, he's gonna kick my ass. Yeah, beast mode straight up. It's sweet, it's adorable, it's lovely. I hope we can keep this going. Um, and, yeah, it is awesome. Yep, 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 all that kinda stuff, man. Challenge your kids. Challenge your kids to something crazy. Challenge your kids to something that you wanna do and accomplish. Have them help push you. It's very interesting. I'll be there, Susan. Nick's good morning, David. Little man is pushing the limits, better stuff. Yeah, I know. I got to, dude. I got to. it's gonna be an interesting summer. We'll see how long he goes. But yeah, when I got home yesterday, I like touched his head and he was just like sweating. Have him join in on the pizza and beer Fridays, and you won't have to. So that's his biggest challenge. I told him, I'm like, look, you're a kid. Like you're gonna be active. But you gotta figure out the food part. He is a pretty horrific eater. And so that's one of the things I've been trying to talk to him about and push him that direction. So he's doing a lot more bacon. He's doing a lot more fruit. Hey, what's up, Eric Kirk on Facebook? Good morning. I love being a father. Dude, it's amazing. It really is. Father, mother, parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, like it's all in what you do with the situation, right? So, but nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. I laughed when I shared beer with my daughter. She did. So yeah, that's the biggest thing going on in my life right now is I got that. So, we're gonna get that going. We're gonna keep that going as long as possible. I'll work on not shutting him down. It's just, my timeline right now for working, commuting home, making sure I'm getting my protein in my meals and I'm not snacking. Um, and then getting a workout and a shower and all that, it just I feel very pressed for time on these days when I'm here at work. So it wasn't like mean about it. I was just like kind of like, "Phew, guys, get that some space. Let me work out real quick. It's not a big gym." Like so. But yeah, other than that, work's going well. Stuff's moving forward. I'm happy to say that the problems of week past have all been handled and we've moved forward on everything. So good to go. I got the Dylan thing. I hit bed early. Didn't really, you know, didn't really interact well with my daughters. They were off doing their own thing. Eat healthy. Shoot, we went to a mini food truck rally. Ooh, nice. That sounds amazing. I mean, you got to have those little things. That's my beer and pizza Thursdays at the zoo. Damn, that's dope. That's really cool. Oh, I finally remembered the Caitlin thing I wanted to ask Caitlin. Caitlin, how are you doing on your water consumption? I think you'd said a couple weeks ago that doctor maybe, or just in general, you were like, I need to step up my drinking water game. That's been a thing that I've been pushing real hard on. So if you want my advice, I'm more than happy to give it to you. It's chug as early as possible. My husband said I'm doing okay. Nice. All right, good. Good. Like any water's better than no water. I mean, for a while there, I didn't even know what water was. So for me, it's like any is better. But good. I'm glad to hear that. So let's get into the as
Time
I
to the
saw.
reading.
Did you guys hear it? Because I didn't hear it. Did we hear it? I didn't hear it. But let's do the reading. I don't have another kidney stone, so that's progress. Yes. That is definitely progress. Um, the reading today is June 3rd in The Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday. The title is Transcend This Bitter Math. That title makes no sense to me whatsoever. But yeah, as you get into the reading, as you get into the reading, you get to really stumbled on that sentence. The reading's a really good one, guys. I loved it. It's a really good reminder, especially for our new parents, our Caitlins in the audience, our parents of younger children, especially the infants. Um, when you get to three, like MP, you just kind of already know this stuff. Just kidding, but it's a reminder. It's a very strong reminder in self care that parenting tends to like want you to sacrifice and lose yourself. You have this infant, you lose sleep. A majority of your finances go to providing for the kids. Might have to get a bigger house because maybe you were in an apartment before and you're kind of stretching the limits. So you start to kind of lose yourself. You have to do away with some hobbies maybe because time is a resource that the kids take a lot of. Friends are another thing you tend to lose. You friends that don't have kids while you're having kids, there can be a little bit of a struggle. Like all you want to talk about is the kid, all they want to talk about is whatever else you guys were talking about before you had a kid, right? So you get to this point where you're kind of transitioning and you're losing a little bit of what your original life was about. And it's hard and it can be difficult. It can be there can be regret. There can be a lot of um, whatever the other word is that I can't think of right now. There can be a lot of that. But at some point, this is kind of the way I take it. At some point, there comes a time when your kid starts to push towards independence. And that's when you can also reestablish your independence. Um, and I like that. It's kind of like a teaching moment, and we're modeling, like we talked about. We're showing our kid that, hey, mom and dad is actually important too. It's important for mom and dad to take care of ourselves. And by the way, like you can sit there and, work out in the gym with me and learn to take care of yourself as well. So that's the reading today. It's a really good reminder to, if you're in the middle of your journey, the beginning of your journey, and the end of the journey, just like remember that, you're still a person. We still need to, take that time for ourselves and focus on our self-care, all that kind of stuff. Let's see what did Oz write? How does your exposure come into play? Is there such a thing as overexposure? Give me a little bit more context. Exposure to what? Exposure to our kids in their life. I think I'm missing something here. People keep asking me if I want our daughter to play volleyball, and I definitely okay if she doesn't. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's a very interesting thing too. I hear that a lot, about people who are police officers and don't want their kids to go into that or have done military or have done certain sports. It's very difficult, but you never know what your kid's going to get into, and certainly, you know, they're they're closer to getting into something that you were into just because if you're, because I know you still teach. So, like, as your kid grows, if you're still teaching volleyball and that's still a big part of your life, it's pretty, it's not guaranteed, but it's pretty close that they're going to be like, oh, well, this is something mom's really into. I want to be like mom. My son's 16 in August. We hobbying together is amazing. My friend here, he absolutely loves fishing, hence the boat photo above my head. And his firstborn is like a diehard. Whenever they have a fishing trip, kid is like up at 4 a.m. poking daddy and already dressed in his gear. He's like, "Let's go, we're going, right? You said we're going, let's go." So that's amazing. Exposing them to things they like it, and we continue to expose them to other things so they drop the first thing. Yeah. So going back, how does exposure come into play? Is there such thing though? Yeah, I mean, I think so, but at the same time, you want to give your kids as much variety as possible, right? We want to expose them to as much as possible, not necessarily to take out something that they're already doing, but not a bad thing, right? So like my son was exposed way early to the iPad and to gaming. So, you know, getting a basketball hoop out on the front lawn and having a gym in the garage is basically taking him out of his iPad and into, like, I don't know what his screen time was yesterday, but I bet it was the lowest he's ever had in a really long time. Parents are growing as kiddos come online. We're all learning. My daughter's raised me well. Yep. See, there's our elder statesman, Mr. David. All his girls are 20 plus, and like we said, absolutely love having him come in and give us this information here. He's lived this reading. He's transcended that bitter math as a coach's kid. I see both the positive and negative things about it. Yep. Good morning, Mike. How you doing? Mike, another person with a super young child. Um, so he could definitely benefit from the readings of today and this month. So I hope he's following along. Mike, if you don't have the book, I will send it to you right now. Um, but this one's just a good reminder, just and I think you know, but it's also something good for us parents to share with our spouses, right? Make sure it's not a one-sided math of the mom doing everything or the dad doing everything, and making sure that we're working together to give each other space. It took my wife and I a long time to realize this, especially me to help her realize this, is that she needs to take time for herself and stop sacrificing all of her energy and time for the kids. I think like the part of the book in the beginning, it says it's kind of like a well-known thing or a cultural thing that like once you become a parent, you like give up your life to like take care of the children. And in some reality, yes, you do, but you shouldn't have to fully. Good, I'm glad. You shouldn't have to fully do it. And at some point, and the time is different for everybody, you you need to get back at it. You need to push your kids more into independence, and like we said yesterday, they're ready for it. They're waiting for you to ask. MP's son, he didn't know he was ready to build a deck, but the second he asked, his son was like, "Let's do this, Dad. I can do it. I'm ready." And so that little bit of independence, that those little wins, they all stack up, and the next thing you know, your kid's totally fine, not without you, but, like, for you to go to the gym for an hour, for you to go on a walk with a friend, for you to take a call, of a longtime friend you haven't talked to and just kinda, like, gain that perspective, for you to cook a more healthier meal for yourself and kind of, get yourself back. Get into that hobby, paint the canvas. What was, just saw something today. Oh, Josh Courage just posted something about a project he was obsessed with before his first kid came. And it looks like some sort of comic or story or something about, the different, um, I want to say personalities, but somewhat look like different personalities in everyone's mind. And I just thought that was, you know, that linked today perfectly. It's like find the time as your kids get older and get a little bit more independent, squeeze out that time and go back into that passion project, go back into those hobbies, try a new form of career. I think dads can see their toddlers see the world. And when you can take a moment and watch how they grow up and watch their journey, just maybe you can have correct influence. Yep. Yeah, watch them watch, get curious about what they're seeing. No two people see the same scene the same way. You see through your experience. So, you and I, David, will see a scene completely different. And you're definitely going to see it different than your kids. Your kids do not have anywhere near the experience that you have. Ask them about it. Hopefully they ask you, what you see, or at least just relay that to them. Gotta bounce. Have a great meeting. Um, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Taught my daughters to change oil and change tires. I thought it was strange. They thought it was strange. Now they have the knowledge to go forward. Yeah, 100%. That's great. I mean, I remember my dad teaching me that as well. And I feel, very comfortable and have used that skill in my life ever since. I probably should get down and do that with my kids, but everything's so much easier these days with the triple A's and all the storefronts everywhere. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I should do that. We should take a car apart. I feel like that would be so cool to do, but who has the time for that? Who has the time to take a car apart in their garage and put it all back together? I've seen many of people. In fact, my friend has one. I didn't even know he had it till he opened his garage. It's a confidence exercise. I like that. Yeah, it's not about the car, not necessarily about changing a tire or that emergency situation that, you know, I'd say most people get into a flat tire situation. Um, and but I like that reframe. It's more about building confidence, doing something with your hands, learning general knowledge of tools, and then of course bonding moment, like you said, bonding moment with your kids. So good thing, good advice. All right, what else we got in here? Model, mold, consult, watch them outperform you. That's the parenting journey. I wrote that. That's crazy. I don't even remember writing that. And then I did want to spend a little bit more time on the daily Stoic lesson today. Let's see if my Kindle will react faster. But it was a good one too. I like this one. It was the title was "Be Flexible," and it was about backup plans. It's about having backup plans on backup plans on backup plans, and you know, you could turn this into a parenting lesson, teach your kids. I kind of did this a little bit yesterday, and then of days past, my son he's always wants to come and play basketball. That's his thing right now. So, I tell him, look, dad's got to do this and this and this, but then, we'll do a little basketball. But for now, why don't you do this? Like, why don't you kick the soccer ball around in the house? I'll watch you as I cook. I might come over, when there's time in between. But it kind of tells a story of two different stories actually of certain people asking questions. I think one of them was a guy asking um, Lincoln for a job, and then he's like, "Nope, can't give you that job." And he's like, "Well, how about this job a little lower on the totem pole?" "Nope." "How about this one a little lower?" And just kind of keep asking the question, keep having the backup plan that if this doesn't work out, I'm going to do this. If this doesn't work out, I'm going to do this, and until you get to a point where it's like, look, I got no's on everything, but I'm gonna just be in a good mood. I'm just gonna be a good person. I'm just gonna be, there for my kids. It's yeah, I like that. It's a good lesson. I like the idea of transitioning that into parenting. Like you want to teach your kids all these things, but maybe they don't want to learn them. Maybe they're not good at them. Maybe they did it and it was fine, but they don't want to do it anymore. But at the end of the day, like David just said, you had time with the kids, you bonded with them, you were there, like that's what they're going to remember. They're not going to remember like the specific things that you did necessarily. They'll just remember that you were there. And that's the main goal. That's the bottom line. That's what we're shooting for. That's what lets us know that you know, we did it. We accomplished the task of being a parent. Yeah. Guys, great day. Great show. Thank you very much. If you have this, you're awesome. I now have it because Dylan's awesome. I can't get over it. I got so many of them that I can put them everywhere. I feel like I just need to like send Tom pictures throughout the day with this, like, just like, what's up, Tom? How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just out here, just working, just driving, just hanging, just playing basketball. And I just got my best friend right here with me. So you know, clip it, send it, tag Tom, do whatever you guys do. But again, thank you for showing up here on a Wednesday. Wednesday is it Canon Day? My favorite podcast. Check it out. It's a good one. I'm most of the way through it, so enjoy that little referral from me to you. Um, and let's everybody go and have a good day. Double down on some self care, try to figure out what you need, ask for help from your spouse, from your kids, from your friends. Challenge your kids to an ab contest. Why not? It'll make them better, it'll make you better. And I'll be back here with y'all tomorrow for a little Thursday sesh, a little last day of the work week. Appreciate y'all very much. Have a great freaking day. Yep, yep, yep. Na 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 na.
What's up, bitches? What's up? Wake up. It's the morning